The next generation of climate control is the Honeywell Lyric Round Wi-Fi thermostat. Now just $229 at the Home Depot. Lyric lets you control your home's temperature from your smartphone. Running late? Arriving early? Just change the temperature from wherever you are. It also works with Apple HomeKit and works with Samsung SmartThings. Get comfortable with the Honeywell Lyric thermostat. Just $229 at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only, valid through August 15th.
Blog Talk Radio.
Ah, baby. When you hug me, I kind of get aroused just thinking about your lips touching mine. As you work your way down to my breast, licking, sucking, and kissing, and I patiently anticipate you entering my chamber as my lips blossom with the juice of sweet nectar, and my belly bursts fragrant of desire. My spine tingles with each thrust you take inside me. When the pressure and heat builds in my vaginal walls, I become like a volcano, ready to erupt at the height of my orgasm. Oh! No one, my dear, has ever come close to this love you inspire. You fill my soul with so much joy. For you, my dear, are my heart's desire. Oh, oh.
Hello, everyone. I am Meloni.
And I am Jackie.
And it is me, Colin. And we are here again tonight for Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch on Blog Talk Radio. Just want to thank you all for coming out tonight, listening in, tuning in tonight. We all look forward to hearing from you guys, hearing what you have to say, your comments, suggestions, overall feedback. Tonight, our show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to target this to the fellas tonight. Are you with me? Fellas, are you with me? Man, we got a couple of topics that are on deck that'll be pretty interesting. Fellas, this first topic we're gonna get into, fellas, it's one of the guys from one of our members posed a question, and I forget exactly who he was. Maybe Jackie or Melanie can refresh my memory on who brought forth this question. But the question was, fellas, should ladies' underwear, should they match? Is it important to you? Is that something that is important? Matching underwear. I thought about that a while ago, and when the question came back up, I was like, you know what? We're gonna put this out in the airwaves and see what the people think. And ladies, to you, is it important for your undergarments to match? And if it is important, how important? So that's what we're gonna pose. That's gonna be one of our questions that we're gonna put forth tonight. And we want your honest feedback. We're going to keep it light tonight, and then we'll touch bases on some things that we discussed last week as well. And then, time permitting, we'll get into our second topic, which will be PDA, public displays of affection. If you do it, why don't you do it? Where do you do it? When do you do it? Ladies.
All right.
What do you think?
Well,
Melanie?
So are we starting with the PDA or the underwear?
We're going to start with the matching undies. and we're going to start on that after our first break. We're going to take a first break, but before we go to break, just want to give you some information real quick, how to reach us. For those that want to call in tonight, feel free to do so. Call-in number 713-955-0398. And you can call us on Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch Blog Talk Radio with your questions and comments and feedback. We'd love to hear from you, fellas. Let's get it going. Ladies, let's keep it going. Jackie, Meloni.
Nah, we're going to bust this out after the break. Let's get it.
That's right. That's
All right then.
Trying to get aroused just thinking about your lips touching mine. As you work your way down to my breast, licking, sucking, and kissing. And I patiently anticipate you entering my chamber as my lips blossom with the juice of sweet nectar and my belly bursts fragrance of desire. My spine tingles with each thrust you take inside me. When the pressure and heat builds in my vaginal wall, I become like a volcano, ready to erupt at the height of my orgasm. Oh! No one, my dear, has ever come close to this love you inspire. You fill my soul with so much joy. For you, my dear, are my heart's desire. Oh, oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. I'm Meloni, and I'm along with
Jackie
and Colin. Welcome
so,
back.
Jackie, you're going to lead the way with this segment. So we want to always piggyback on our previous shows. So, Jackie, lead the way.
Well, last week, I know a lot of you were interested in the steps to achieving a full body orgasm. So our podcast from last week was actually about preparing your mind for that cataclysmic orgasm. And the steps that I gave last week is a way of getting your body to that level of awareness. That is, those steps are steps that you should be practicing as often as you can to prepare your body to go to that next level. So my question to my co-host, have you been practicing?
No.
Well, yeah, I was going to agree with Melanie only because I just didn't have the time to do it this week, but that is on my to-do list to start to practice those steps. My wife, she listens into the show, and we discuss some things after after the show is aired. And she's encouraging me. I guess that's the nice way to put it. Encouraging me to to start to try some of the techniques that I speak on, and so that I would be more. So that would be more let's see, what's the word? So I would be more in line or in tune to what I'm talking about, or practicing what I'm preaching per se. So we can put it that way. And so yes, we will be starting this weekend starting to implement these steps to try to get to or attempt to get to the full body levels. So I know it'll be some work and it'll be some practice, but I will come back at a later date with some updates and feedback. Melanie?
Yeah, I plan to. I mean, I've what we have started to do is we started to take baby steps as far as intimacy, is concerned. As we have talked about in previous shows, I think, or I know for a fact, for my relationship, it's going to take a mindset change. And I think, it's going to have to be both ways, mindset change, both ways. So those are things that I'm definitely willing to work on. And my husband critiques our stuff, as well. And so, but he just, that mindset change, it has to happen because what he refers to, what we talk about, is that freaky stuff. And so, so that is a big indication that he's just stuck on one thing, and that's the physical part. So we ought to work on that. That's going to have to be a work in progress. So,
and I'm glad that you brought that up, because I think when we're talking about the things that we're talking about, I know that a lot of people haven't heard of it before. And so I don't want to give the wrong impression. We're not asking you to go out and purchase a Buddha statue and sit in the middle of the floor and, worship the statue. I mean, this is real. This is like a real level of consciousness that you're experiencing. But for those that are hearing it for the first time, I'm sure it seems weird or it seems freaky because it's unfamiliar, and all you're going by is what you have been taught and what you have been shown. But sometimes you got to step outside that little neat box and experience new things.
Right, I agree. Absolutely. Open your mind, expand your mind, and to try new things. To do something different, to do something you've never done, you have to do something you've never done. So
exactly.
Good point.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too.
Life is all about experiences. Life is experiences. You will never know if that experience is for you or if you like it or not if you don't try it. So life is about experiences, and we encourage you all, ladies and fellas, to try something new. You don't have to stick with it. You can just try it. And we just implore and just ask you to give it a shot, give it a try. Leave your comments. Let us know if you've tried it. Out there, if you listeners have tried something, 1 step, 3 steps, the first 5 steps, feel free to post your comment or call in. Feel free to do so. That number again is 713-955-0398. Feel free to call in with your comments or questions.
All right, cool. I think with that information, we're going to take a very brief break. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Baby. When you hug me, I kind of get aroused just thinking about your lips touching mine. As you work your way down to my breast, licking, sucking, and kissing, and I patiently anticipate you entering my chamber as my lips blossom with the juice of sweet nectar, and my belly bursts fragrance of desire. My spine tingles with each thrust you take inside me. When the pressure and heat builds in my vaginal walls, I become like a volcano, ready to erupt at the height of my orgasm. Oh! No one, my dear, has ever come close to this love you inspire. You fill my soul with so much joy. For you, my dear, are my heart's desire. Oh, oh.
Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me. 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 Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. As Colin said before the break, we're going to talk about some stuff that men want to talk about today. So we're going to talk about, number one, does matching underwear, does that really, really matter? And then we're going to talk about PDA. And as Colin mentioned, PDA is public display of affection. So we are back. And guys, just in case you missed it, if you want to call in, please do so. The guest call-in number is 713-955-0398. Again, that number is 713-955-0398. If you would like to send us an email, please send it to theproductionsofmajesty@gmail.com. If you would like to call or text myself, Colin, or Jackie, Colin's number is 443-396-3242. Jackie's number is 410-635-1666. And my number is 410-921-7634. You can also join us in our Facebook group, and that is Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch relationship group. You can visit our website. That's where you can see all of our stuff. You can hear all the podcasts. You can see everything that we've done thus far, and including our shows. And that is www.erotictaboosensualtouch.com. Now, I know there was a lot of information, but I just want to make sure if y'all need to get us, you can get us. So that's how you can get us. So now we are in the second phase of this conversation. So the second phase. So Colin, go ahead and lead the way with that.
Man, listen, it's no excuses at this point. After all that information that you gave out, it's absolutely no excuse why people cannot be contacting us. But don't be trying to slide in nobody's DMs with those phone numbers. That's for show purposes only. Contact us.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Absolutely. That's our people, and we love them. Absolutely. But, fellas, let's jump right into this. These underwear that these women, that our lovely queens wear, does it have to match? My personal opinion, before I get into others' opinions, I would say no. I would say yes. It could be an emphatic yes, actually. I need that to match. We need that visual that visual picture to just be brought home, be it in the first thing in the morning getting dressed or at the end of the day getting undressed. We need that matching. We need that compliment. We need the wonder twins. Yes, we need that to be matching. Why? Because it just sends a message that, I don't know, it's just a complete picture to me. A nice, pretty pair of underwear, be it a boy short or a thong or just a standard, whatever the other two kinds are. Those are the only two that I like. And then a bra of another color. It just doesn't work. I mean, ladies, what do y'all think? I don't think it works. And I got some comments and feedback from some guys. I mean, what do you think, Melanie, Jackie?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. That my bra matches the outfit that I'm wearing. As far as my drawers, no, they don't always match. But my bra definitely matches the outfit that I'm wearing. It's not like a make or break thing for us. But at night, what I will say, when I go to bed, my lingerie is going to match. I'm going to say that. But during the day when I'm going to work, to me it doesn't make sense because it's not like he's going to see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, let me just explain. I'll probably, I'll just explain. And y'all think what y'all want. I don't give a damn. But no, for me, no, I don't care. I don't care. However, in saying that, my husband would prefer if I wear matching underwear and panties, but I'm looking at it like this, and I'm trying not to be selfish, but it's going to sound selfish. Okay, but I'm looking at it like, okay, the underwear is not what you're trying to get to. You're trying to get to what's beneath the underwear. However, in saying that, I do know that most men are visual, but I don't. At this point, we've been together 15 years, and I think at this point, at this point, he's probably just like, whatever, just give it to me, just give it to me.
Listen,
so
no, that is unacceptable. I'm cutting you off. Stop it. That is fellas, that is unacceptable. I don't care if it's 3 years, newlywed, 15 years, or the gold centennial 50, 60 years or whatever. It does not matter. You should still do what you should do or need to do. What got that man or what got that woman, continue to do that. That does not have a time limit. So just because, we begin at 15 years and just give it to me, take it all, unwrap it. Nah, you should still want to have your man see you fresh to death like he seen you that first day he met you and vice versa. But that is your perspective, and we respect it if it's to you.
But listen, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
He probably would much rather not see me in granny underwear, as he call it, or big drawers.
We don't want to see that because bras, they got bras that match grannies, and that's not hot. Period.
Oh,
that's
my
not
God.
Hot.
Did you just say that?
So, listen, I polled some people. I polled 23 people, men and women, and I asked them 2 questions. One question was what we're discussing now, and the other question be the next topic. Out of 23 men and women, okay, 13 men said it was important that matches, that the panties match the bra. 10 guys said it did not matter to them. 19 women said it was important. That's a must. 4 women said it does not. It's not important. 4. One of the women said they don't have to match to be cute. And I said, okay. And that came from Danny. She said they don't have to match to be cute. And I've seen a top and a bottom that look decent, but, it's just something about the set. One other lady named Candace, she said it was a yes, capital Y-E-S, very important, that it matches. And then some ladies, actually 2 women, actually said it doesn't matter because they go commando. And if you don't know what commando is free balling or no underwear at all. Maybe a bra for the top, but no bottom. So, hey, whatever floats your boat and whatever pleases your man, because this is about the man right now, whatever pleases him, just do that. Now, some of the guys.
Now, Colin, let me ask you this again. How many men said it didn't matter? Was it more that said didn't than not?
No, it's 10 of them said it didn't matter. 13 of them said it did matter. So it was almost even, 50-50 almost. But no, 13 did say it mattered, and 10 of them did not. That said it did not matter to them, because the ones that for the most part said it did not matter, they said it didn't matter because they were coming off anyway, and they would be on the floor. So I guess he had a point.
But is that? I mean, that's the thing. It's not like the underwear are going to be on long, and is that a deal breaker?
Well, no, I don't think it's because the deal breaker. No, I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker because I didn't pose that. But from the feedback, no, that didn't have anything about being breaking the deal when dealing with a woman. But again, just based on the visual aspect of it and what I like to see my lady in, in addition to the outward attire, you like to wear certain things, or he may like to see you in certain things, then that outfit covers the underlayer or the undergarment as well as part of the outfit. And, we all entitled to our own opinions and such, of course, but, whatever turns him on, that's all about him.
Now, let me add to that, if I may. This question kind of stemmed from one of our followers, Mike or Michael, and when we had the conversation about it, and this is what he said. He said that we women are worried about the wrong things. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, y'all are worried about matching underwear, and that doesn't matter to most men. And as far as I knew, it did, but he was like, no. What we're worried about with a lot of men who are adult men, who are grown-ass men, and I'm just using, his words, he said, we're worried about the levels of intimacy if we're in a long-term relationship. So underwear is like last on the list. However, as Jackie talked about in one of the videos, and we had a poll for it too, he said, however, I'm more worried about our intellectual, our emotional state, the physical state, the spiritual and social state. And I said, well, damn, I think you're the only man, but I guess he's number 11 for you, Colin, for your poll. And I found that quite interesting. And then I went on and, I did some research about it. And I started reading this blog. And the blog, it's called The Rules Revisited. And I thought that was a very interesting topic. And the guy goes on to write, and I thought he was going to agree with the whole visual aspect of it. So he starts out and he says, underwear is important. Men see, and he goes into this long explanation, but to summarize it, he says, men see underwear day in and day out. They're on TV ads. They're just everywhere. So that visual aspect is important, but then he closes it out. He makes this long statement, and then he closes it out, and he says, I know that girls throw on matching bras and panties when they know they are about to have sex. However, having spontaneous sex or intercourse with your mate is more impressive than having matching underwear because it's rare. So that takes us right back into the levels of intimacy. And I thought that was really profound because I really thought that he was going in a direction of, we need that visual and, blah, blah, blah. But he closed that thing out going completely left. And I'm like, well,
think
damn.
about it. Yeah. Think about it, because if you're focused on the underwear, you're still into the gratification, the visual. You're not looking for that deeper connection. So I completely agree with him.
Mhm.
Well, I think when I posed the question, and I guess judging by the feedback that I got, they weren't, or I wasn't looking at it at going that far into the question. It was just a more of a light question, not necessarily touching on the intimacy aspect of it, even though that is what we encompass our talks about. But that part of the question was just being left right there as far as a what do you think opinion type poll based. But I do understand his feedback. It does tie into if you are looking for the emotional or the intimate portion or part of it, then yes, I would agree on that end that no, what you have on underwear wise, no, that's not important at that time. But it was more of a lighter ended question per se. But the feedback was definitely awesome feedback, and what he had to say and what Mike had to share to even initiate this type of topic. Appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was light,
So yeah,
but you know what? Go ahead.
What?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, when he and I had a conversation, I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is Chinese. What you're saying to me is like speaking Chinese. Like, I've never heard that until, and that's the whole beauty of this forum, because it allows for so many people to give their perspective on one subject, two subjects, or, intimacy and relationships. And and I'm telling you, I learned so much. So just by him saying that, and then I read it, and then again we're having a conversation, and I know other people who have also added to it. It's just like, damn, people are, the wheels are turning a little bit. So everything, and I know that we think that everything is geared towards, like Jackie said, that instant gratification. But I think some people are growing beyond that. I really do.
I think
absolutely.
Before we break, I think also what doesn't help it any is the environment that we live in today.
Yeah.
The environment. All we see, we're being consciously and subconsciously programmed to just think about the physical instant or the instant gratification. All we see on TV, commercials, random stuff. You're selling a hamburger, but she has no clothes on. How does that correlate to one another? How does it relate to each other?
Wow.
The music, things we listen to, everything is instant gratification. Right now, nothing. Nothing feeding your soul or feeding the growing or the intimacy or the important part of your relationship, which is going to the thing that is after the physical is over. What do we have now? Can we talk to each other?
It's like you have a society of unfulfilled people because they're chasing the instant gratification instead of the intimacy. You have people that have been married for a long time and they're unhappy, and neither one of them have the guts enough to say, look, I'm unhappy. They just keep going with the day-to-day activities of the relationship without even having a conversation about why they're unhappy.
I think we can help them. What they need to do is tune in to Blog Talk Radio on Thursdays at 9 p.m. That's what these couples need to do. They need to get with Jackie, Colin, and Melanie so they can add some spice to their life. We got you. We got you.
And be receptive. Just let yourself, flow freely. When you put so much thought into it, it then begins to feel like, oh, we have to do this. And it shouldn't be like that. Exactly, Colin. It shouldn't be like that. It should be, when that time comes, like, oh my God, I can't wait. I've been thinking about this all day long. We're going to touch each other. I'm going to connect with my significant other. That should be what you should be looking forward to, not, oh, I got to go home and do him, or, you know what I'm saying? That's just like,
right.
why live like that? Because I know for me personally, I cannot be unhappy. I think that I have more years behind me than I do ahead of me. So why in the hell am I going to be unhappy?
Wow.
I hear you, soul sister number one.
Wow.
But you got a point, though. It's true, though. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely
That's
true.
profound. Yeah, that's definitely profound. All right, guys, so we ready to take a break?
We
Absolutely.
are ready for a break, soul sister.
All right. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Baby. When you hug me, I kind of get aroused just thinking about your lips touching mine. As you work your way down to my breast, licking, sucking, and kissing. And I patiently anticipate you entering my chamber as my lips blossom with the juice of sweet nectar, and my belly bursts free of desire. My spine tingles with each thrust you take inside me. When the pressure and heat builds in my vaginal walls, I become like a volcano, ready to erupt at the height of my orgasm. Oh! No one, my dear, has ever come close to this love you inspire. You fill my soul with so much joy. For you, my dear, are my heart's desire. Oh.
Erotic taboo, sensual touch. Erotic taboo, sensual touch. Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me. Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me. Touch me, kiss me, squeeze me, hold me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch with your hosts, Colin, Jackie, and Meloni, my beautiful co-hosts. We're back. We're ready to go. To the next one. PDA, Public Displays of Affection. And what we want to do right now is tie this. I think this can be more so tied into a form of intimacy, or the beginning stages of that becoming intimate with your spouse. Being out in public, witnessed at some point in time, people, having PDA moments. Or even yourself having a moment of PDA. And so a question that I posed was, is that something that you indulge in or engage in, PDA, out in public, displays of affection with your spouse, your significant other? Is it something that you care to see from other people? Do you do it? And if you do you care who sees you? So these are the type of questions that we pose, or that I pose.
Okay, so Colin. Colin.
With.
Hey, we have Callers, the first caller, 817 number, please identify yourself.
Hi, my name is Weslin.
Hi.
Hi,
how are
Weslin.
you? Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
So what would you
me?
like to say about the topics today?
The topic about being affectionate in public, right? Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Being affectionate in public, I think it's a good thing. It shows that how much you really care for each other. And I wouldn't go too far, but it's just enough, like to maybe hug, kiss, and hold hands and say, to your partner that, that I love you and I, having a blast with you. But, yes, I think you should be affectionate because you're feeling you have chemistry together, and that makes you feel good that someone cares about you and don't mind being affectionate with you in public, and it doesn't matter who sees you, as long as you do it in a respectful way.
Right. I agree. That makes sense. What I noticed from a couple of people who talked to, personally, before I get into them, I'm a little, I don't do too much PDA. I don't show it myself, for whatever reason. I may hold a hand for like 2 steps maybe.
Right.
And then, I think my wife, which is probably like a lot of women, would like that.
Yes, they do. I'm one of them that like to hold hands, or even sometimes I like to put my hand in his back pocket, or he does the same thing with me. I like that.
My.
I mean, it's really, to me, that's sexy, that you can do that and don't care, but you're showing affection to your, the person you're with, and that shows how much you really care. And you don't care who sees you, as long as you're happy. If he doesn't mind, she doesn't mind, you're good.
Do you think that affection to show one another, can that then lead to another level of intimacy later on that could translate into something else later from the act that you show one another?
Wait a minute, you're kind of breaking up. Say that again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is that something that you all, the acts that you show one another, is that something that you think could lead into some things later in the form of intimacy with one another?
Yes,
just
but not
being
in public.
affectionate to. Yeah, well, of course, not in public. Then we'll be risking tickets and such. But
I know for sure. Yes, I mean, if you're having a good time together and enjoying each other company, and you being affectionate, yes, you're gonna have some spurts and sparks here and there, and so when you get home, yes, you be ready to, throw down.
Absolutely. Let's get it on.
Get your
yeah, boy, Marvin,
yes.
Good to the table.
Okay. You ready to get your dribblers dang, as my brother say.
Yeah, well, we thank you
but
for
I love
calling
to be affectionate. Thank you. I really enjoyed the conversation, and it's a good show.
All right. Well,
thank
you have
so
a good
much.
night.
Not a problem. Keep up the good work, all three of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, our next caller from 443. Caller, please state your name.
Yes, hello. This is Nate.
Hey, Nate.
A.k.a. Big Nate. What's happening? What's going on? Well, I tell you, this conversation's starting to get heated up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay, let me throw some fire in here now. Now, the young lady who was just on, she said, she like to put her hand in his back pocket. To me, I think you're cheating. If you're going to grab his butt, grab his butt. That's what I think now. You know, ain't no need putting my hand in the back pocket. That's the low down part. I want a woman that's just gonna grab my butt in person, in public. Just grab what you can grab. I don't mind doing the kissing in public. You know, I mean, hey, you know, affection is affection. You know, I believe if you're afraid to kiss your woman or kiss your man in public, then that means you're ashamed of it.
I think that it's different for, you know, everyone, because some people just don't have that level of, you know, they're not affectionate to that point without in the public. Or some people just aren't affectionate, period. So I think it depends on the individual. I'm a very affectionate person, so I love holding hands, or, you know, I put my arm around him or something. I love all of that. You know, I get excited just thinking about walking and holding hands and things. But some people aren't comfortable like that.
And I don't think because of people different, you know, I don't think that you can really put a level of their commitment, but not walking in public. Some people, you know, they're public, to that level just yet.
And then I think sometimes it's a matter of culture too. I know that certain cultures kind of, you know, they shun public displays of affection.
Right.
I thought it was interesting that when you speak of, like, let's say somewhere like China, it's okay for people of the same sex to show displays of affection, but not people of the opposite sex. And oftentimes in their culture, many of their children have never even witnessed their parents holding hands or even sharing a kiss, and I thought that was interesting.
That's pretty deep. Pretty deep.
Yeah. So a lot of it is cultural, you know. I know, you know, when you think of a culture like India, you know, it's a little different for them too. Kissing and hugging is considered to be taboo.
Right.
Wow.
But then at the same time, it is okay for two men to put their arm around one another. And if you are, like in India, I guess it depends on the part of India. One thing that's interesting, if you are caught, you know, being overly affectionate, or they consider, you know, affection to be obscene. So that is a criminal offense, punished by imprisonment.
But you know, I this is the way I feel. If first of all, it goes all the way back to the beginning, and when I say the beginning, I mean communication. If you're communicating with your mate, number one, you know what they like and what they don't like. One of this should be a conversation that you have with your mate. Hey, you know, I like to hold hands in public. Do you like to hold hands in public? And that's how you find out if they like to kiss in public, if they like to hold hands in public, if they like to hug in public. That way you're not putting yourself out there and then embarrassing the mate. You know,
right.
me personally, you know, I find all that out in the beginning. You know, because I'm a kissy, fairly touchy person. I don't care who's looking, you know. So and that's just me, you know. I mean, there's like Colin said, you know, just doing whatever. And I mean, I there's a line that I won't do, you know. I mean, I sent a message about licking feet, you know. I mean. You know, if she want me to lick her feet in public, suck her feet, I'm not doing that in public. I'm sorry. I'm not trying. No. That there's a line that I draw right there, and that is not going to happen in public. I will say to her, hey, you know, really, do we have to do this in public? But then, you know, we as men, huh?
There's a difference for that same scenario, but in private, that's a different response, correct?
Exactly, Colin. But here's the thing, Colin, and you know, you're a man, you can agree with what I'm saying. If a woman says, well, I want you to look at my feet right here in the park, we as men, we be like, wait a minute, hold up. Man, I love you and all, but right here in public, and they be like, oh, you don't want to do it? So what, you ashamed of me? You don't love me? Oh, no. Why you got to be throwing that in there? It ain't that I don't love you. It ain't that I'm ashamed of you. It's just that, you know, I don't want to see people with half of your foot in my mouth. And, you know, that I'm sorry.
I can see that wouldn't be a good look.
You know, that,
right.
Like, if you walk past and see me with a half of a foot in my mouth, and she's all in ecstasy, and I'm just sitting there like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Anybody will look and say, that brother must be hungry.
Yeah.
You know, that brother must be hungry.
Well,
you know.
I got a question for you. So, now, being as though that you like to be, you know, that affection or touchy-feely, would that be then considered some type of a deal breaker for you in the beginning once you have these discussions, knowing how you like PDA and to a certain degree? Now, is that a deal breaker if she does not?
Good question.
Well, it see, now you bring forth the conversation on compromise. You know, there should be some compromising. You know, okay, this is what I like, but this is what you don't like. But this is what you like, but this is what I don't like. Okay, so for the sake of this relationship, are we willing to try? Are we willing to, you know, try to see how it is? You know, I give you a prime example. I don't eat seafood. The only seafood that I eat is tuna and salmon. Now, if I have a woman that says to me, well, baby, you need to try this tilapia. Well, you know, I don't eat tilapia. You know, I can't say, because different people cook differently. So if it's prepared differently, I'm willing to try it. You know, that's me. I'm willing to try. You know, long as it don't take my life, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm all for it. But a lot of people are not, and a lot of people, you know, feel like, you know what, if you're going to be like this, then, you know, you're going to have to find somebody else. You know, and that happens every day.
Right.
Yeah, I think the part that people miss a lot of times is compromise in a relationship. When you become a couple, it's no longer just about your needs. You do have to compromise for that relationship to continue to work. If you're not going to compromise, it's like you're wasting time.
Mm-hmm. Now, thank you for your feedback, brother. That was insightful. We appreciate that. Definitely continue to listen into, pass the word to your friends and family, and let them know that, you know, what we have going on. We encourage feedback, man. We want it. We need it. And thanks again, man. I appreciate that feedback.
Thanks, Nate.
Oh, man, you know, not a problem.
Absolutely.
And we have another caller on the line. Caller, please identify yourself.
Hi, my name is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Michelle.
I'm fabulous. How are you? Hi, guys.
Hey, so what do you think about the subject?
I think that PDA is definitely needed, and I agree with the compromise. Women need it because we want to feel wanted. We want to feel special, and we want that public display of it. I mean, not just behind closed doors, but out in public. And I believe that can build a even higher level of intimacy between you and your partner or your spouse or your mate or whomever. So if you're not getting it occasionally, sometimes, all the time, on the regular, you can kind of feel like you're not being paid. You know, you really don't pay me any attention. So, you know, it's like whatever. So, we want to be occasionally touched or grabbed or hugged or kissed or what have you, smacked on the butt, whatever, It makes us feel sexy, kind of,
Well, that's my favorite right there, being slapped on the butt.
Mine too.
Yeah, I kind of thought so because you saying that was so bad.
I'm not.
I have a question for Michelle.
Yes.
Michelle, my question is, if your partner did not show affection, whether it's a slap on the butt or, whatever, is that a deal breaker for you?
It's not a deal breaker for me, but, hopefully they'll come around to it. I kind of would encourage it. So I like to be smacked on my butt, so I'll stand in front of you and bend over and be like, smack it. Like, to kind of get them accustomed to doing so.
You got to train up a child in the way he should go, huh?
Absolutely.
I hear you.
Wow. Thank you for being so transparent with that. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
no problem. I enjoy the show. I enjoy the topic, so keep it going.
Great.
Yeah, be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend.
I will.
Put the word out there for us, and keep the eye out and the ear out for big things happening with Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. We do appreciate your feedback. Thank you much, Miss Michelle.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to take a brief break. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning in.
Baby. When you hug me, I kind of get aroused just thinking about your lips touching mine. As you work your way down to my breast, licking, sucking, and kissing, and I patiently anticipate you entering my chamber as my lips blossom with the juice of sweet nectar, and my belly bursts fragrant of desire. My spine tingles with each thrust you take inside me. When the pressure and heat builds in my vaginal walls, I become like a volcano, ready to erupt at the height of my orgasm. No one, my dear, has ever come close to this love you inspire. You fill my soul with so much joy. For you, my dear, are my heart's desire.
Welcome back to Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch, and we want to thank you for listening to our show, and I'm going to turn it over to my co-hosts, Colin and Meloni. What are your final thoughts on our show?
Meloni, go ahead, and I'll close. Ladies first.
I think, absolutely. I think that, first of all, we really, really appreciate that. But again, and I've said it time and time again, that I learned something every show. Sometimes you think that when we put out information that is going in one direction, and then, the more research that you do or the more that you talk to people, you realize, it's really not going in this direction, it's going in that direction. And I just appreciate it. I appreciate it all. I really appreciate it all. I don't know. I just look forward to each and every show. I look forward to learning more and more every time we have interactions, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube or this forum here. I really look forward to it.
As do I. So just a couple of nuggets that I will walk away with and ponder on and dream about. That I think the last caller, Michelle, she wants to bend over and smack her butt. I appreciate that. Big Nate, he doesn't want to see we don't want to see a foot in his mouth out in public. That's a good thing as well. We appreciate that.
And Westland wants to walk around with her hand in her mate's pocket.
Right, exactly. We those are all building blocks we can build on. We appreciate it. So real quick before we go, PDA again. PDA, a public display of affection, hugging, kissing, hand holding, a light, gentle touch or pat, a caress. But there's a line, and for the public's viewing pleasure, let's try not to cross that line. Let's try to keep things sexy and grown, but still showing that proper level of affection and emotion to your significant other. So, PDA.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about it. Send us a comment. Send us a text. Send us a post. And we'll definitely share your feedback at our next broadcast.
Again, folks, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Again, folks, we are.
Again, our website is www.erotictaboosensualtouch.com. We are on blogtalk.com, Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. Our Facebook page is Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch Relationship Group. Our YouTube channel is Erotic Taboo Sensual Touch. You can reach us by email at theproductionsofmajesty@gmail.com. You can reach us by phone. Colin's number is 443-396-3242. My number is, I'm Jackie, it's 410-635-1666. And Melanie's number is 410-921-7634. We definitely value your feedback and hope that you continue to listen. And also, we're taping our talk show on Sunday at 4 p.m., Echo Grill, 9036 Liberty Road, Randallstown, Maryland, 21133. We hope to see you there. And it's going to be a free food buffet.
Nice.
So come chat with us.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again, ladies. I love you. And thank you all for listening. We love you all for your feedback, and we encourage you to continue. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.